Hello and welcome to this Sellerbility video. I hope you're doing well, and today we're going to be grabbing a bargain or maybe a few in B&M. Now B&M is one of those stores that is very well known for having a wide range of products at cheaper prices. B&M, Home Bargains, places like that in the UK are best known for that kind of thing. And obviously that is an option within Sellerbility. And to help narrow down what it is exactly we're looking for, I've applied a certain preset. Now, this is a preset that I continuously use over and over again. Maybe it's something you want to adopt as well. So I'm going to show you, before we dive into the deals, what exactly my filter is made up of. So ROI, anything from 25%, and then obviously I don't really want to set a cap on the maximum. The only time when you may want to put a cap on like the ROI and the profit per item is if you're being wary about how much you could potentially make if you're trying to put off becoming VAT registered, basically. So if you only want to make so much to try and stay underneath the threshold before you have to go VAT registered, that's when you may want to set reasonable sort of like caps on profit and ROI and such per item. Otherwise, really, you can have whatever number you want, and if it makes a shed load of profit, then why not? So I've set it from 25, and then I want to make at least a profit of £1.50 or above, anywhere up to 150. I've just set the max numbers as sort of like random high numbers. BSR, I want it to be within the top 10%. I might want to exclude, the very top percentage of it, because I know that those listings will be very competitive because that's the best of that category. But really, it's up to you. What I've also done as well is set a minimum number of sellers on the listing to 3, anywhere from 3 up to 20. So the reason why I've done that is because anything that's below that number could be, so if you just have one on the listing, it could be that it's a private label listing or exclusive to a particular retailer or someone like that, or it could be that the product has IP issues or something like that, and one person's joined it by mistake and they're unaware of that. Maybe they were on the listing, then it switched to have an IP issue, and so no one else has joined since then. And then the reason why I've not done it as 2 is because it could be that someone's on the listing, someone has joined a private label listing, or someone's joined an exclusive, listing whereby it is that retailer themselves, or it's someone who has made a mistake and they've not checked the IP and they've joined that listing. Then it is possible that someone else could have made the very same mistake and also joined that listing. But usually you won't really ever have it where 3 sellers have made the exact same mistake on a listing. So that's why I've set 3 as the minimum. It just helps ensure security, like your own sense of security on that listing. Then I set the max number to 20. Obviously, if it's anything more than that, then I feel like it might be a bit of an uphill battle. Maybe you're okay with going a bit further than 20, but for me, I just feel anything more like that would be a bit of an uphill battle when I join that listing and I start repricing and trying to compete for the buy box. Sales per month, I want there to be at least a minimum of 10. I know that might be relatively low, but I want to go that far down just in case there's some products that are, they might not be doing the hottest right now, but they've got that potential to, do really well in the future. So I want to see things like that just in case we can see for future sales that it's, predicted to do a lot better than it is doing currently. So that's just more of like a just in case kind of thing that I've done there. But yeah. What I've also got is sold by Amazon. No. Now, this is up to you, really. You can have it whereby any listings that have Amazon on them as well, that will show them too. The reason why I've excluded it in this filter is because I want to, from the back, get the products that Amazon aren't on, so that we don't have to worry about them, potentially hogging the buy box, or any listings whereby they have a strong hold where everything looks great about it, except from the fact that Amazon, are constantly on that buy box. I'm not saying that that is the case for every single listing at all, but I just want to very quickly find the products where Amazon aren't on the listing, so I can go, yep, I'll have those ones, and then I could potentially switch that to Amazon on the listing, and then look a bit deeper into the items that have Amazon on the listing, just to see if they are actually holding that buy box consistently, or if it's sometimes, or maybe not at all. But yeah, this is just for quickness basically, and that's not to put you off looking at any listings that have Amazon on them, because there are plenty, and I mean there are plenty of listings where Amazon are on the listing, but you're just fine. Your chances of winning the buy box aren't really all that hindered, but this is just for quickness, and that's basically all I've got. Yeah, that's basically what the filter is made up of. So yeah, let's see if we can snag a bargain from B&M, and straight away I can see something that I would very much go ahead with. So it looks like some kind of sensory ball thing. Nice little profit there. ROI 62. Sales is nothing mind blowing, but it is decent. And if we take a look at the chart, obviously previous sales are just slightly more than the future sales. But if we have a look at the chart, so if we go to 180, we can see, you know, this chunk right here, the BSR tends to be generally a lot lower down, with one sort of like small drastic spike, but then the other spikes are sort of like really minimal, and it doesn't jump as high as what it has done here. But if we look at the recent 30 days, we can see that the BSR has been doing a lot better in recent times than it has done, say, over here. So, whilst it is predicted just maybe 2 less than the previous, I actually have hopes that given a bit more time, it will be predicted to do a lot better. If we look at that BSR line there, you know, just the way that it is, how it's generally a lot lower. There's quite a bit of movement there, therefore, you know, some decent sales on the listing. It gives me hope that this one is one that will grow over time. So that's why checking the charts are important, so that way you can use the past to, you know, compare that to the now, and then to help you predict the future. But yeah, that's one that I would go ahead with. I mean, we have a great BuyBot Pro confidence score on there as well. Let's take a look at this one. So this one, some cleansing mineral water. So this is what I would consider to be a replenishable. So it's something that there is a constant need for. You know, makeup cleansing water. I mean, that's going to be continually bought. $1.99, $7.99. So really cheap from B&M. And that's, again, what B&M is well known for. That cheapness. So yeah, $1.99, $7.99, $2.39 profit. Quite good sales there. Let's take a look at the chart. So yeah, it did look like very good right here, and it's had a bit of a into like the recent 90-day window period, it has shot up and sort of stayed generally a bit higher, but in recent times it looks to be going back to where we saw it here. So it's on the way up again. So it's definitely something I go ahead with. In terms of like packaging and stuff, obviously this is just going to be like a little bottle. So, you know, very easy to prep. Of course, if you've got a prep center, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so quite happy with that one. And then this one right here, even though the confidence score we have isn't the best, 149, 720, 165 profit. Another, I would call it not a 100% replenishable, but nearly there. I mean, it is looks like food for hamsters, so it's not going to be as in demand as, say, like this makeup stuff right up here. But, you know, hamsters are one of the common pets, so that's why I say it's close to a 100% replenishable. And even though it doesn't make very much, it is predicted to have better sales in the future. And again, if we take a look at the charts, it had a good period here, shot up, and then in recent times it's been on its way back to a better BSR. So again, what you would basically get from this is that with the charts, if you use that hand in hand with the estimated sales calculator, it gives you a enough to make a good educated guess about the item's future. So not only have we snagged a couple of bargains here, we know that there is room for positive growth with these items as well, just based on what we've observed from the charts. Obviously, if you can see that in recent times it was to spike up a lot higher and it's generally up there a bit more, then that's not the most positive thing that we can get from the charts. Of course, it's got time to change, but if we see that it's been that way for the majority of time in recent times, then it's probably on its way to not being so hot anymore. But, you know, from the looks of these, they're on the way, you know, to obtain positive growth, and it might just need a bit more time before we can fully recognize that. But, you know, it's definitely worth going ahead with these sorts of things. Or even if we weren't 100% comfortable yet, export them to a Google Sheet. And I'll always say, have a Google Sheet for items that very nearly make the cut for you. Maybe there's just one or two things that you're just waiting on just to see, just to make 100% certain. And always export them to a Google Sheet. You don't want to lose out on what could be a gem. It might just need another week or so for you to properly assess, you know, is this going well? Is it on its way up? And just to be sure. So yeah, B&M, fantastic for getting things for a lower price. And then obviously, as you can see there, some really good deals, $1.99 to $7.99. I mean, look at that. That's that one right there. But it could potentially go up to $14.80, $14.91. So you make even more profit on such a cheap item, and it's also replenishable. So, you know, this could potentially be a powerful item right here. But yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon.